Yakeem Pollard took 3 for 39 from his 10 overs. Vittel Laws took 3 for 48 from his 10 overs. And although Mikai McKenzie went wicketless, his 10 overs only cost 33 runs. But Jonathan Van Lang and Matthew Miller were poor, as Afghanistan scored 65 runs in the last 6 overs to make 262 for 6 of their 50 overs. Hello everyone, and welcome to the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank you for being here. I look forward to our interaction as West Indies under-19 look to chase down 263 to win their second match of the 2026 under-19 50-over World Cup. Please check out the Cricket Forum link in the video description where you can get cricket gears, Nike gears, and much more. The link is in the video description. I want to thank M&M for sponsoring this morning's show. And you can get your M&M chocolates for Valentine's Day by clicking the link in the video description. Use the word lovebird and get 15% off courtesy of the Cricket Forum. Welcome again, everyone. After 2 overs, West Indies 3 without loss as we look to take the team home on this Sunday morning in the year 2026. So we have the 2 youngsters that has been opening, Francis and Carter. Francis, as you would know, got a half century in his last match. So Aziz to continue. There was a very loud appeal for the first delivery that Aziz bowled, you know. Here he is now, round the wicket to Carter outside the half stump. I think the umpire will signal wide. Yes, they signal wide. The score goes up by 1, 4 without loss. So 4 without loss. West Indies replying to 262 made by Afghanistan. And so I think we have the batting depth to get these runs. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happened. But I definitely think that we have the batting depth to get these runs. Carter steered that away down to third man for a single. 1 more to the total. 5 without loss now. What the early morning. You know, it's early morning. So 5 without loss after 2.1 overs. Francis comes in to strike. He'll be facing Aziz. So Francis over the wicket. Aziz to say, bowl to Francis, who covers up and played it back down the onside of the pitch, and there is no run. So the score. So please remember to hit that thumbs up button. Aziz bowls to Francis down the leg side. He works it away to the right of the umpire. They have gone for 1. They have come back for 2 as the Afghanistan fielder fumbles in the outfield, allowing the batsmen to come back comfortable for 2. The score now goes up to 7 without loss. So 7 without loss, the West Indies. With us. So Francis is on 4. Carter is on. Sorry, as that one is played away towards the slip era. Again, there is no run. Yeah, I think I'm ready now. I really think so. Yeah, so 7 without loss. West Indies. Oh, 7 without loss here. May have to. So let's watch Aziz. He's got a ball to Francis. He's over the wicket and bowls to Francis, who drives through the covers down to the boundary for 4. Now that score is ahead of me, so I can't. 11, so we have to remove the score and try and sort it out because the score is ahead of me for the time being. So This is one of those morning, one of those morning, you know. Lovely shot there by Francis. He just came on the front foot and stroked it away down to the cover boundary for 4. It's going to be a long 3.5 or probably 4 hour watch along, so I have to pace myself. I just guide this one now down to third man, the field, misfield, and the score goes up by 1. He misfield, but it didn't cause any extra run. So Francis is on 9, Carter is on 2. After 3 overs, West Indies replying to 262 made by Afghanistan. We are at 12 without loss. 12 without loss after 2 overs. 12 without loss. So let's see now. Sarah Lee, good morning. I do not know how to offer you to get a shirt with Nicholas Spoor, and I don't know. Good morning, Uncle Perry. Good to have you here. Good to have you here, Sarah Lee, but I don't know you could get that t-shirt. Good morning, Caris. Good morning. Forward comes Francis, and he just block it as Wadula comes into the attack. So they have started with spin now. Because Laws and Mackenzie really bowl well, you know. Really, really bowl well. They really bowl well, and so the Afghanistan would have seen that and realized that this pitch, Wadula bowl swung away down to the man on the backward square leg boundary. West Indies lost their first wicket. Oh, Lord. It was really a nothing delivery, and Francis swung it right out of the middle of the bat. Never got the elevation that he was looking. You know, the ball was there to be hit, and he picked out the man right on the square leg boundary who took a comfortable catch. Barely has to move, and West Indies lost their first wicket with Francis gone, caught by Katir off Wadadula bowling. He gone for 9 from 14 deliveries. You know, the ups and downs of international sport. One day you make an half century and you're on high, and the next day you out cheaply. Maybe today is Van Lang Day. Well, hopefully Van Lang, but Zachary Carter. Hope today is Zachary Carter Day. Good morning, Caris. Good morning, Uncle Perry. Good morning, Sarah. Don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you how to get a Nicholas Puran shirt. I see no advertisement or so on. These guys do that marketing, you know, because like a channel like the Cricket Forum, you know, they should be marketing their stuff on the Cricket Forum. You know, yes, they should be marketing their stuff on the Cricket Forum. We are the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. We have a lot of persons tuning into us from all over the world. And it's a good avenue to promote your stuff. So I hope his agent or someone is listening and they will give me a call or send me an email address. I've put it out there. I'm willing to partner with these guys to promote their stuff and so on. So give me a call. King Mans, good morning, man. How you doing? He's very big, and I'm not happy with the size, you know, because as I was making the point, was it Thursday morning? Yeah, I was making the point Thursday morning. If you are slimmer, you are able to be better, especially in a active sport. I could understand you throwing the shot put or the discus, you know, or the hammer. You need that bulk. But in a sport where you have to be running and all of those things, and it requires great dexterity for a long period of time, the fitter you are, the better. And you up and over, down to the backward point era for 4. There was no one out there giving the width, and he flashed it away high in the air, down backward of point for 4. 16 for 1 West Indies after 3.5 overs. So outside the half stump, the flashing blade of Joel Anjo, down backward of point. I just want to look. Yeah, he deliberately wanted to get it there. Deliberately in the air. Good shot, young man. 16 for 1 after 3.5. Andrews on 4. Carter is on 2. Bowls to Andrews up and over again. One bounce 4 in the slot. Up and over. Andrews showing some class here and hit that away over long off for 4. 20 for 1 West Indies after 4 overs. So pitched up and Andrews hit it away for 4. So good start that by Andrew. And Carter is on 2. So despite losing the early wicket of Francis, West Indies are 20 for 1. Andrew looked very comfortable at the crease. Carter is his partner. He is on 2. Respect to you, man. Respect. Glad to know that you are doing it. It's always good to know that you are doing well, you know. So the left-handed Carter, big burly guy, you know, has a lot of weight on. He needs to trim down that weight. Round the wicket, bowls to Carter off the back foot. Cannot beat the man at cover point, but he never picked up cleanly. We'll wait and see what happened. There's no run. It's not the women cricket like last night when the ball was being played to cover and so on, and the fielders were running. Sorry. So it's 20 for 1. 20 for 1. West Indies will need to get 262 to win this, 263 to win this very, very important match. And Carter hit this high in the air as he got the distance. Let's see what happened. The fielder running back, he cannot get there, and they stay on 1. So that was high in the air, and they stay on 1. I think that 2 was there because the ball spent a long time in the air. I really would like to see the running. Look at that. Look at that type of running. They should be pushing for 2. I hope Joel Andrews is not looking to hug the strike, you know. Because that would be irresponsible. You know, one of the things that gave me great joy, which I smile about in the Afghanistan innings, although it happened in the last over, Khan, the captain, he hit 2 sixes off the 4th. He hit a 6 off the 4th and the 5th delivery of the 49th over. Let's watch this delivery from Aziz. Bowl to Andrews, and he swing across the line, bottom edge it onto his body, responsible. The mindset from Joel Andrews, I don't like it. I'm not happy with the mindset. Because clearly I think there was 2 of the delivery before, and now he just swung across a good length delivery, bottom edge it onto his pad. He needs to calm down and play proper cricket and hit off these runs. You just need to calm down and play some proper cricket and get these runs. Defend, that's much better. $21 for 1. And one of the things that gives me pleasure, and I laughed about it, is that the captain, Khan, I think it's Mabu Khan. So he hit the 4th delivery for 6. He hit the 5th one for 6. The 6th one was a long up, and he stroked it to cover and run a single because he wanted to hug the strike. As Andrews flashes again recklessly outside the half stump, the ball goes between bat and pad and the stump through to the keeper. End of the over, mercifully. I'm so glad. So glad that is the end of the over. You know, he just so glad. 21 for 1 at the end of over number 5. So glad that it's the end of the over. And the very next delivery from Pollard, the first delivery of the 50th over, he got out. He got out, caught by Andrew. Caught by Andrew. The very last delivery, caught by Andrew. So Andrew just now, that ball went so high in the air. And those of you who are watching the match, you'd see, you would agree with me that there were 2 runs there. But they just jogged the first one, clearly looking to hug the strike, you know? Yeah, man, clearly looking to hug the strike instead of just playing some proper cricket shot and just get the team over the line. He's the main batsman in this team, he, along with the captain. They are the two experienced batsmen from the last World Cup. So is Wadula to continue. He got the wicket of Francis. Wadula round the wicket, bowls to Carter, and he bowled him down. He just swung across the line and he's out, bowled down. Loses shape, looking towards mid-wicket, swung across the line, and his stump knocked back. Easy delivery. Come on the front foot and stroke it. He tried to swing across the line and out bowled. It's not short enough for that shot. Come on the front foot. Get off the damn field, man. Sure. Just come on the front foot and stroke the ball down the ground. You know, these are the things that happen when you're not fit enough, you know. You know, why do you pick a big belly man to play cricket? Eh? Sure, man. Sure, man. Good morning, Banana Brooks. How you doing, man? Good morning. Happy to have you here. Good morning, YXL. Good morning. This is not good, man. This is not a good start. There's no discipline in the way the West Indies. Look at that ball. The ball hitting the top of half stump and he's trying to pull it. See there, look at it. Top of half stump. Trying to pull a ball that is hitting the top of half stump. How comes? Sure, man. The skill set is there, but we are not showing the discipline to get these runs. And all it needs is some discipline. Dawn is forward and he plays it out to backward point for no run. These two batsmen are key for West Indies right now. No? Key, very key. 21 for 2. Very key, these two batsmen. Wamadula bowls to Dawn and Dawn forward, and at least he's showing some respect here. Pleasant morning, Philip Baines. Yes, good afternoon to you, Banana Brooks. Yeah. Yeah, it's now what? It's now just 7 minutes past 12. Yeah, 7 minutes past 12. It was 4 minutes past when you, yes. Wadula bowls to Dawn and Dawn plays it down the pitch and there is no run. So the captain of the West Indies, and I have an interview with Dawn that I can play, you know. Oh, by God. Dawn again looking to turn that one into the hand side, but it didn't come into him. It goes back to the bowler. Just a little, probably beaten in the flight there for a moment. Nonetheless, he got it on the ground back to the bowler. Dawn yet to score. The West Indies captain. Here is Wadula bowls to him and he's bowled off, stop, knocked out of the ground, played down the wrong line. Oh, he came on the front foot, played down the wrong line and he's bowled. West Indies in tatters here at 21 for 3. Afghanistan have rocked West Indies down the wrong line. He playing for turn, but the ball drifted away. There was no turn. It held it line. Wow, what is happening here? Dawn gone for naught. His second lowest score. His second lowest score in the tournament. You see, cricket is a funny game, you know. That ball that Zachary Carter hit over long off in the air, and they jog a single instead of running hard and getting 2. And after that, Joel Andrews start to swipe at the next 4 deliveries. And then this over, the very first delivery, Zachary Carter play across the line of a ball that he should be on the front foot to looking to pull it to down mid-wicket and lost his thumb. And now Joshua Dawn out bowled off stump, never covered the line of the ball and playing for the ball to turn into him, which it did a turn. And it leave them. It is a good delivery, you know. I'm not saying that is not a good delivery, but that delivery shouldn't get him out. As is to continue, we'll bowl to Andrew. Let's see the approach of Andrew. Bowl to Andrew off the back foot. He stroke it off the inside portion of the bat to mid-wicket, and there is no run. Yeah. Just run that two. If we had just run that two, I'm almost sure that West Indies is going to be 3 wicket down. But Joel Andrew looking to hug this strike, jog the first run, stand up, and didn't go back for the second one. It's as simple as that. So he played this away down to the boundary for 4. Kingman, I don't understand what if you are referring to the singer that they took instead of running 2. If you are saying that Andrew was going hard, you are lying. And don't do that, Kingman. Every one of us saw that they were jogging. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't, because you're a fan of Joel Andrew, or you're probably from the same country. I don't know. I'm just saying that you are calling YX. You could not tell me. No, it's so disingenuous, Kingman, and I respect you and I rate you, you know. But if you are here saying that Joel Andrew was running hard, it's very, very unfortunate. He was not. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. There's no need for that. Andrew hit this down the ground. Lovely shot. Sure class. Let's see. 1 bounce. No, it's gone all the way 6. West Indies move up to 31 for 3. Lovely shot by Joel Andrew. That's a good shot right out of the school. As he pitch up in the slot, he accessed the ball, just open up his body, and then hit it away for 6 over long off. Good shot by Andrew. $31 for 3 after 6.4 overs. Let's watch as Aziz comes into Andrew. He's over the wicket, bowls to Andrew, and Andrew defends into the onside. They get a singer. 1 more to the total. 32 now for 3, West Indies. 32 for 3. That one was just played out into the onside, and they go through for a singer. 1 delivery to coming over number 7. It's been bowled by Aziz. 1 delivery to come. Let's watch. Tosses the ball from Antoine. He's going to run in anytime now. He's going to bowl to Joel Andrew. Upper should say. Upper is on strike. Bowls to Upper, and Upper plays that one out into the offside, and there is no run. The score remains at 32 for 3 at the end of 7 overs. 32 for 3 at the end of 7 overs. West Indies looking to get 263 to win this match. They are 37 for 2. 37 for 2 at the end of 7 overs. 37 for 2. They're just showing back over the over. He just played on the wrong line. It was good bowling though, but he just played on the wrong line. So Andrew is going to take strike. As he covers up and play Wadula to mid-wicket, and there is no run. If I said something else, Michael Douglas, the score is on the screen. So obviously I just said something different. There's a score on the screen. So it's if I said something different. And just drive inside edge down towards fine leg. They give chase the fielder, pull it back, but the ball hit on him. Will they come back for 3? No, they stay on 2. Good work there. 34 now for 3. West Indies 34 for 3. 34 for 3. West Indies. So please remember to check out the Cricket Forum store. Wadula bowls to Andrew, and Andrew drive into the covers, through the covers. They're gone for 1. The ball is running out towards the boundary. It's throwing up the fielder, giving chase. He pulled it back to his colleague who sends the return in 2 more to Joel Andrew. 36 now for 3. West Indies 36 for 3. He's batting. He seemed to have settled down now and is batting much more responsible, much more control. And this is what we want from a senior player in this tournament. He has a World Cup 100, a big one too. He's 150. He defends out into the offside. The score remains 36 for 3. 36 for 3. He hit this away high in the air over mid-wicket again for 6 more. 42 now for 3. West Indies. Despite losing the 3 wickets, Joel Andrew is going very hard. He's at 42 for 3. As he swept that from outside the half stump, high in the air over deep mid-wicket for 6. 42 for 3 here now, as it dropped on the adjoining field. Then if you never meant that, Kingman, then your previous point doesn't is not really your previous point then is confusing if you never meant that. You know, it's very confusing. Anyway, it's what it is, Kingman. We move on, you know. We move on. 42 for 3 after 8. Andrew is on 29. Upper is yet to score, the left-hander. So he's on North. West Indies 42 for 3, looking to get another 221 runs. When West Indies field, there were 3 wickets apiece for Pollard. He got 3 for 39. Vittel Last continue to do some good work. He also got 3 wickets. He got 3 for 48. And those were the 2 wicket takers for the West Indies. Mackay Mackenzie once again bowled well. His 10 overs went for 33 runs. But Jonathan Van Laan and Matthew Miller, they were poor as Afghanistan scored 65 runs after the last 6 overs of their innings. As he's round the wicket, Apper swings across the line, swing from his hip. And the ball goes through outside the half stump through to the keeper, and there is no run. He's trying to play off the up. West Indies 42 for 3 in over number 9. And a ball wide outside the half stump. Happer is trying to play it off the up. You know? Very, very interesting. Very interesting. 42 for 3 is the score. Good morning, Jamor Smalls. Big up yourself. Round the wicket, bowls a full toss, and he steered it to backward point. So help me to understand this now, please. I want someone to help me to understand this. A good delivery back of a length outside the half stump, he tries to play a cavalier shot off the up. But the full toss, he plays it to backward point. Just help me to understand it. Round the wicket, I plays again outside the half stump and miss, and it goes through to the keeper as he looks to cut. Those of you who are listening to me and not watching the game, let me say to you, right now, the West Indies batting does not inspire confidence. To me, it looks like they just want to play a shatter ball. Those of you who are watching, do you get that confidence pitched up, edged away down to third man 4? His foot was nowhere near the line of the ball. The bowler is unhappy, but nonetheless, we welcome the 4. You know, it's outside the half stump. Look at that. His feet nowhere near the line of the ball. He just threw his hand at it, got the edge, and it went down to third man for 4. So those of you who are watching, are these West Indies batsmen inspiring confidence in you? Let's watch Aziz. He's round the wicket, bowls to Upper, and Upper flashes it down to mid-off. He just stood there and he just slapped. Is that, oh my... This approach, I don't know. Is this the approach? Let's watch now as Aziz bowls to Upper and he defends. And gainless so. But he defends it, he blocks it. And the score is 46 for 3 at the end of 9. 46 for 3 at the end of 9. So, Stephen Roach, good morning to you. TV and Cricket Power Play, big up yourself. How you doing, man? Big up yourself, man. Respect. Michael Douglas is saying too much T20 cricket. I agree. But Michael, I got the point you are making. But boy, where's the... Why do you have a coach then? And why do you have a coach? And I don't think these guys have been playing T20 cricket for the last 3-4 months. They have been concentrating and preparing for this tournament. You know, you know. So, but what I want to ask is that, so TV and Cricket Power Play, so they look like they are playing T10, probably. Andrews on 29 from 19. Wadula bowls to him and he swings this away. Over the top, on the bounce to the fielder, coming off the mid-wicket boundary as he never really connects. And it got the inner portion of the bat. 47 for 3. Whoa. No. So there again, he just needs to come on the front foot and strokes the ball down the ground. You know? Kingman, I say, let us move on, the boss. Let us move on. No? Yes, Kingman, big up, man. Let us move on, man. You know, don't want to be bantering you. Don't want the banter on a you know, yeah. Sorry. I got your point, Kingman, but we can move on, right, boss? Harper leaves a ball that I'm almost sure that ball hit the half stump. I would love to see the replay. He doesn't know. That ball doesn't hit the half stump. Let me look again. Oh no, it just missed the half stump. For a moment, I thought that ball hit the half stump. Oh my Lord. Yeah, big up, man. Big up, big up, big up. He's forward, and that's a much better delivery. He plays it out into the outside. They go for a single. The return comes in. Oh, if it had hit, he would have been gone. Quick run in there. 48 for 3, West Indies. He played the ball to mid-off and run. Although the fielder had to move to his left, it would have been very, very tight, but he probably would have just have made it. Let's look. He would have made it. He would have just have made it. Balls to Andrew, and Andrew drive down to long off. The fielder comes around to his left, and they are coming back for 2. Oh, that's very close, you know. That's very, very close. Oh, what is happening here? 48 for 3. What does that mean? Let's watch it. He took it. He made it. He made it. He made it. 50 for 3. West Indies 50 for 3. Do you get the... Those of you who are watching, I know those of you who are listening, and I thank you for listening because we're really here for you. But I'm telling you, at this moment, it doesn't look to me that this team has any leadership and any guidance. It doesn't look to me like a well-drilled team, a well-drilled unit. As Joel Andrews dabbed this down to backward point, short third man moves to his right, collect 50 for 3 at the end of the over. End of 10, 50 for 3. This doesn't look a well-drilled unit to me. Please remember to hit the thumbs up button there. Michael Douglas. Yes. The West Indies are yet to name the T20 squad. So I guess these guys are audited and trying to get in also. Yeah. Sorry. King Rule said that they name a squad, but he asked the ICC not to release it as yet. That's what King Rule said. He said, yes, they submitted a squad to the ICC, but he instructed them not to release the squad. He said that the squad that is going to South Africa is the World Cup squad. So this squad that is in Afghanistan, players in it are actually on trials. So maybe they should recognize that because they're not in Afghanistan, so they are not a part of the trials. But you could well be right. A player like Joel Andrew may want to get into that World Cup squad, and probably, you might never know. Outside the half stump, the new bowler is Nuristani. Nuristani, the new bowler outside the half stump. The batsman cut, misses. It's a wide delivery. The score goes up by 1, 51 for 3. So West Indies 51 for 3. So you may well be right, Michael Douglas. They may well be auditioning. Look at that dismissal. A ball that you should be on the front foot. That's a good delivery, but I still think that he should play it better. Nuristani bowls to Happer, and Happer is beaten outside the half stump. It goes through to the keeper. 51 for 3, the score remains. 51 for 3. There's no leadership. There's no guidance. What kind of shot that is happening? The ball is close to him. He just probably need to allow the ball to go through, and he's trying to play. I don't know what he's trying to do, honestly. Over the wicket, Nuristani taken on the pad, pitch out. Oh, give him! Oh, Lord! It pitch outside leg. The ball pitch outside leg. That's not out. He's not batting well, but look at this. Oh, it's in line, you know. It's a good decision, you know. The only thing probably could have saved him there is height. It pitch in line. So sorry, umpire. Sorry, it's a good decision. Probably height. It's a good decision. I want to side with the umpire. Apple just didn't look good. Van Laan has been making some runs, you know. And here he comes. He bowled poorly today. Let's hope that he comes now and make up back for the poor bowling. And another guy, imagine the skill that we saw from Van Laan with the ball. You know, it's the same thing I said about Selena White last night, the Jamaica seamer. Lose some weight, get fit, strengthen your core, run in hard and hit the pitch, and you are a far much better cricketer. Because for me, you know, he could never be in this team if I was the coach with that size. Neither him or Zachary Carty. Never be in the team. Because if you are not interested to be a professional cricketer, I am not interested to have you in the squad. You know? Anyway, it's what it is. Jamor said, Sumal said, Apple looks like he just came out of the fridge. Well, probably. Nuristani is over the wicket, bowls to the right-handed Van Laan, who is solid in defense, strokes it to mid and call for a quick single. He hit the stump, direct hit, you know, this is going to be very close, you know. He's going to be very close. The Afghanistan think they got him. First delivery, played it to mid and call and just threw for the single. The ball goes straight to mid on. And he could be in trouble here, you know. This is disastrous, man. He could be in trouble. He made it. He made it. Just made it. You don't need to look at that again, man. He made it, but he just. We can all see that Apri is playing. That is like. Said, Gerald Music, my friend, how you doing, man? Why are they looking at this so much? The man clearly make it. You cannot give that out, so you don't need to look at it anymore. You're damn stupid or what, Sharma? Why do you need to look at it so many times? You can't give that out. Sure. Yeah, yes, King man. You know, there don't seem to be any guidance there. They don't. As that one taken on the pad, or he got his bat down on it just in time. Joel Andrew, 52 for 4 after 10.5. Kingman, you don't see a disciplined approach from the West Indies. You don't see, it's a hairy-fairy. There seem to be no guidance. They seem to not well drill. As this one is hit high in the air by Joel Andrew, the fielder running back cannot get there. And they will come back for 2. Now they run 2. So they come back for 2. It's now 56 for 4. It should be 56 for 4, isn't it? Oh, there was a wide delivery. 54 for 4. 54 for 4, sorry. These Afghanistan no fields, boy. I don't get that. It's 54 for 4 after 10.5. Andrews on strike. What does that mean here? Andrew Seckers as Nuristan is over the wicket, bowls to him, and he plays this to mid wicket, and there is no run. End of over number 11. West Indies 54 for 4 after 11 overs. So Gerald Music is saying lack of direction and guidance at this early stage is alarming. It is alarming. It is absolutely alarming. West Indies could be 54 for 4. And it's okay. Well, it will never be okay. But the approach could have been different, and they are still 54 for 4. So it's not so much the score line. It's the whole approach. Is the whole the batting just look indisciplined. We just don't seem to be in control of what we are doing. We just don't seem to have a clear mindset how we're going to approach this. You know, it's just like everyone is out there playing their shots. There's no guidance. There's no direction, as Gerald Music said. Big up yourself, my friend. I'm watching it on ESPN Caribbean. So I'm watching it on ESPN Caribbean. It's like they are playing their own game, said Kingman's, right? Wadula is back into the attack, 54 for 4 after 11.2. This is going to be a real struggle. As Van Laan comes forward and blocked it into the covers, and there's no run. So there's a slip, backward point, a cover. Those are the 4 fielders, a mid-off. Those are the 4 fielders I'm seeing. Wadula is going to bowl now to Van Laan. He's slip crouches. He's over the wicket, bowl to Van Laan, pitched up. Van Laan played it back to the bowler on the bunks, and there is no run. Score remains at 54 for 4. West Indies looking to get 263 to win this crucial World Cup match. Babadullah bowls to Van Laan, who comes on the front foot and then rock back, and he played it out into the backward square leg region for another run. 55 now for 4 West Indies after 11.5. Look at that belly, almost as big as mine, eh? Can't be playing cricket with those big belly at this level, man. You have to trim that down, man. Come on. Have to trim that down. So Joel Andrew comes into strike. He's on 34 from 25 deliveries. The field spread far and wide for him. Bowls to Andrew. And Andrew drive down to long off for a single. The score goes up by 1 to 56 for 4. 56 for 4 at the end of 12. Thank you very much, Mrs. Brown. You just brought a hot cup of Milo to me. Thank you very much. Oh, it burned me on my tongue. Wow. So 56 for 4. We need a further 207 runs to win in 38 overs. The ball is not the issue here. Uncle. Respect Sammy. Respect Sammy tail boy. Uncle Perry saying, yes, we're not in control. It's more catchy should be. That's, yeah. Nuristan over the wicket, bowls to Joel Andrew, who covers up, plays out into the covers, and there is no run. The score remained 56 for 4. Yeah, yes, I agree with you, Uncle. So Stephen Roach is saying, Mr. Brown, I have always believed that fitness in body means fitness in mind. Yeah, it translates. Yeah, a fit body is a fit mind. You know, it helps. It helps. Over the wicket, bowls to Joel Andrew, drives down to long off. Good shot, 4 runs. Oh, that was sweet. That's what we want to see, you know. That's what we want to see. Look at that shot. Look at the head position. Look at the high risk. Look at how the hand goes through the ball. Look at how he allows the ball to come to him. And there was no rush. He was in total control as he plays that stroke. And that's what we want to see as his mother looks on. Norriston bowls to Joel Andrew, turned that to mid-wicket. Much better. 60 now for 4. 60 for 4. I wonder if the instruction from the dressing room was to see how many you can get in the first 10 overs. And now that those first 10 overs have passed, we will see now a more controlled batting. But after you lose 2 wickets in the first 10 over, well, Joshua Dawn, we can't complain about Joshua Dawn, but Upper should have definitely. And just steer this to backward point and there is no run. But I cannot, if that was the approach, right? After the dismissal of Joshua Dawn, why was Upper approach still that way? Because you lost 3 wickets in the first 10 overs, so you must have to reconcile. It seems that that was the approach, and now they are going to bat more sensible. Let's hope that's the case. Let's hope I am right. Norriston bowls to Andrew and he flashes this one down to the fielder and the cover boundary for a single. One more to the West Indies total. 61 for 4. We are in over number 13. One delivery to come in over number 13. Van Laan to take strikes. So let's hope that was the situation, that the instruction was to go hard in the first 10 over. But then why no adjustment made after you lose 3 wickets? Why did Harper still come and play like that? Over the wicket, bowls to Lang, Van Laan, who played it back down to the bowler, who didn't stop it as it bounced away to mid-on. 61 for 4 at the end of 13. Two wickets, Banana Brooks. I missed something that you said. No, the point I'm making, Banana Brooks, if the instruction was go hard in the first 10 overs, we lost 2 wickets. I think the reconciliation should have started there. Now, Joshua Dawn got a good delivery. I think he could have played it better, but it was a good delivery. So I wouldn't say that he threw away his wicket. It was a good delivery, although I think he could have played it better. But then you lost 3 wickets in the first 10 overs. If the instruction was to go hard in the first 10 overs, after losing 3 wickets, you have to adjust your tactics. You have to adjust your tactics. And so I cannot understand the approach of Upper. I just cannot understand. 61 for 4. Was he still following the instruction of the coach that he should go hard in the first 10 overs? Why didn't the coach say, well, we lost 3 wickets, we need to rein it in and we need to consolidate? You know, so all of that. Okay. As Wadula bowls to Andrew and he works it down to long on for another single. So one more to the total. It goes up by 1 to 60, 62 for 4. So one more to the West Indies total, 62 for 4. So I missed a comment, Banana Brooks or Banana Brooks. So yeah, do you? Yeah, I'm sorry then. Wadadula bowls to Van Laan, who comes on the front foot and stroke it to mid-off, and there is no run. He looks comfortable. 62 for 4. As Wadula comes in now to bowl to Van Laan. He bowls and Van Laan's drive. Beat the bowler but cannot beat mid-off, who comes across. You know, it's not West Indies feeling, so you cannot get a single there. 62 for 4 at the end of 14. 62 for 4 West Indies at the end of 14. Andrew is on 41. and Van Laan is on 2. So Andrew on 41 and Van Laan is on 2. Stephen Roth said, no adjustment, Mr. Brown, because no intelligence. But even if the players doesn't have any intelligence, Stephen Roach, are you saying that the coaching staff doesn't have any too? They call them management unit now because they almost can make a team for themselves. So are you saying that the management unit doesn't have any too? 62 for 4 as Norristan bowls a Yorker to Andrew and he dogs it out. You would put all of these players on an intensive cricket education program covering theory and practice. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. Norristan bowls to Andrew and Andrew's drive. Good effort by the field that covers. He dives and picks it up cleanly. 62 for 4 after 4.2. Your comment disappeared. Okay, Banana Brooks. Good effort in the field. You know. Why is every other cricket nation, they look so disciplined, they look so coordinated, they look so focused, they look so well drilled, and why is it that we in the West Indies, we don't get that from our team? Why? It's leadership. We are picking the wrong people. We are begging people to play the cricket, and we should not do that. There are persons who want to play the cricket, but because we are begging cricket, those persons are not going to play. Norristan bowls and just steer this to backward point, and there is no run. The return comes in at the non-strikers and backed up in the onside. 62 for 4 after 14.4. Yeah, so we are begging people to play the cricket. It's as simple as that. So because we are begging them to play the cricket, they think they can do anything and get away with it. We need to get people who really want to play the cricket. There need to be a paradigm shift. When you say, boy, listen, do this or go. Simple as that. And just turn this to mid-wicket and there's no run. Maybe not in that tone, but you got what I'm saying, you know? Yeah, maybe not in that tone, maybe not that way, but that's the general gist of what I'm saying, you know? Yeah, you need to drill. You need to drill them. You need to indoctrinate them. Let's watch Norristan. He comes in now. He's bowled to Joel Andrew, and Andrew drives on the hop to mid-off. 62 for 4 at the end of a made over from Norristan. Andrew remain on 41 and Van Laan on 2 as he looks to drive that one in the air and the up. So it appears that it's a drinks break. West Indies didn't need to go hard in the beginning. They need only 263 from 300 balls. I do not have an issue with your comment. I also do not have an issue with the tactics to go hard. If that's the tactics of the coach, that's the tactics of the coach. If it doesn't work, you criticize him, like what we are doing now. If it works, you praise him. The left arm orthodox spinner, Arab, comes into the attack on the first delivery, stroked by Van Laan to the onside of the pitch. The bowler fielding is followed through. So Arab is into the attack. The left arm orthodox spinner is bowling round the wicket. He comes in now. He bowls to Van Laan. There's a slip in place, and Van Laan off the back foot strokes it to the field at extra cover. Again, there is no run. It's 62 for 4. Yeah, so it's the spinner bowling. So the spinner bowling. Arab comes in, bowls to Van Lan, who drives in the gap. The fielder at extra cover, misfield, and they will come back for two. No, they stay on one, 63 now for four. And so if the coach decided that we are going to play conservatively in the first 10 overs, I would not have a problem with that either, Jamor Sumal, which would have been your approach. If he decides that he's going to go hard, then that's his tactics, you know. So we can't blame him for that. Harab comes in, bowls to Andrew, who just squeeze it out into the gap in the offside and come through for a single, 64 for 4. So we can't blame him for his tactics. What I have an issue with is that no adjustment made after the 10 overs. That's what I have an issue with. After we lost the wickets, after we lost the wickets. Arab comes in, bowls to Van Lan, who just worked this down to long on for another single. 65 now for 4 West Indies. We're ticking it over nicely here. 65 for 4. 3 runs off the last 3 deliveries. So there were 8 deliveries. I think it was about 10 deliveries without any run score, but the last 3 deliveries, we have scored 3 singles and look much more in control now. 65 for 4. Harab round the wicket, bowls to Andrew, and Andrew drives on the bounce to the man at cover. Spectators catch. End of the over, 65 for 4. Uncle Perry saying, do we have the resources to progressively advance the game in our favor, or is it about mindset and discipline? It's the latter. The resources are there. You know, what, and let me give you a prime example. Shamar Joseph. What resources Shamar Joseph had to develop his skill? And that is just one example of the millions and millions of persons who develop their skill. The resources are there. The resources are there, man. Because Uncle Perry, there's another example that I always use. How many of you have some state-of-the-art gym equipment, exercise machine in your home, state-of-the-art, and not using them? But yet still a man who doesn't have any money to buy state-of-the-art gym equipment, exercise machine, is much fitter than you, although you have the state-of-the-art. So it's always down to the mindset and the discipline. No matter what the state-of-the-art equipment that you have, no matter what the facility that you have, if there's no discipline, give me a disciplined person who's prepared to work hard over equipment and facility every day. Give me that person. Someone who is disciplined and who is prepared to work hard. He beats the person who have the best resources, who is not prepared to work hard. Every time, he beats that person. So it's simple mindset and discipline. It's simple mindset and discipline. There's no doubt about that. If you have facilities and you're only training 2 hours a day because you're complaining about burnout, you know, Joe Root, before the second test match in the Ashes the other day, Joe Root batted 1 whole day, 1 entire day, 6.5 hours of batting. You know, I always tell people, you see the Jamaican athletes and they train hours and hours to run a race that takes less than 10 seconds. So the resources, man, the resources argument is a non-entity, you Perry. It's really discipline and mindset. Good morning, my friend Sheldon Smith, and welcome. Sheldon is saying there seems to be a disconnect between instructions and execution, which means that there are people other than the management that are in the players' ears. Sheldon Smith, you probably know something. What they're listening to Bravo and Pollard. Sheldon Smith, man, tell us what you know, Sheldon Smith. Clipped away by Van Lawn to mid-wicket, and there is no run as we are back after the drinks break, 65 for 4 after 16.1. Sheldon Smith, you need to tell us what you know, boss. Please, tell us. Tell us, boss. You know something, Sheldon. Tell us. Wow. You know something, Sheldon. Yeah. You know, the West Indies as a region has the most talented sport person in the world. So we have the talent to be best in the world. As Norristan bows to Van Lawn, edge it down to third man for a single, 66 for 4. So that edge down to third man for a single, 66 for 4. Philip Bain is saying, how is it that we have so many physicality? How is it that we have so many physically unfit youngsters? The Caribbean is a natural gym. Take an axe and go chop some wood. Philip Bain, I don't know. I don't know. When I was these guys' age, we never used to go to gym. We never used to. Well, I'm a cricket. I play cricket. I play cricket and football. As that one is turned to the right of mid-wicket by Joel Andrew, and they go through for a single. The score goes up by 1 to 67 for 4. So I used to draw the roller because I know that strength in my core. So I used to roll the pitch. I also, when I go to the football field, I used to jump up on the goal post and pull up. And I know that that's strength in my core too. But that was probably the hardest exercise I used to do. All of my fitness coming from playing cricket, playing football, just playing, swimming, just playing. As that one kept low. Well, I think that we in the Caribbean doesn't play enough again. So you'll play football all day, you'll play cricket all day, you'll go a river, go swim, you know. You go look some guava and some fruits when you're hungry. Or when you go to river, you go shoot 2 fish. You know, roast some breadfruit or those things. You know, naturally fit. Norristan bowls to Van Lawn, who moves across his crease and drive. He opened the face of the bat and it runs away down towards backward point. They will come back for 2. He struggled to get back for 2, although that ball almost reached the backward point boundary. That's what we're talking about, the fitness. 69 for 4 with 1 to come in over number 17. Over the wicket, Norristan bowls to Van Lawn. In the air, caught at cover. No. Was that drop? The bowler is not happy. The fielder dive forward. Would love to see the replay. As Van Lawn hit that in the air. Love to see the replay. We'll wait on the replay. Even the Jamaica netball women are slimmer and fitter than our women cricket players, and some of our under 19 players. That is true, you know. Our high school athletes are fitter than the international cricketers. How can you have high school athletes fitter than under 19 cricketers, than West Indies international cricketers? High school athletes. And when I say athletes, I'm not just talking about the track and field. I'm talking the footballers, the basketballers. The cricketers are not. Even the high school, the cricketers are not. The drop catch, you know. Even the high school, our cricketers are not. Our cricketers in the high schools, yeah, are the laziest set of sportsmen in the high schools. They are not fit. They are not fit. They cannot even participate in. I remember when I was going to school, when it comes to sports day, the cricketers would run like the 800 and the 1500 because we are fit. We do not have the skill to run the 100-meter and the 200, but we'll participate in the distant races because we are fit enough to run those. Not that we are going to challenge the guys who are training for it, but we are always fit enough to run those. 70 for 4 West Indies after 17.2. So it's not about infrastructure, Uncle Perry. It's really about mindset and discipline, as you said. Harab comes in, ball to Van Laan, and he's after back foot. He strokes it in the gap between cover point and extra cover. One more to the total, 71 for 4. We're not serious about cricket in the West Indies, man. It's a joke thing. I think the plan was to go hard so they could turn over the Afghanistan spinners when they come on for singles. I think so because there's clearly some more discipline in the batting right now. My only question is that after you lose 3 wickets, why did Harper approach still like that? Arab comes in after back foot goes Joel Andrews. That one popped on him. He managed to keep it down and steered it down to the fielder on the cover boundary for 1. 72 now for 4. He moves up to 45. So 72 for 4. He moves up to 45. That's Joel Andrews. That one really popped on him just now. Harab comes in, bowls to Van Laan, and Van Laan works this down the inside of the pitch. The bowler skipped across field, 72 for 4 at the end of 18. Yeah, thank you, Uncle Perry. Appreciate that so much. Andrew look better here than playing with the senior team. Well, he's going to, Jamor Small, he's playing against his age group. He's playing against persons who, despite the talent that they may have, they have not developed the skill and the experience. So he's always going to look much better here playing against his peer. And that's why when you see a youngster playing against his peer and looks good, and you say put him in the senior team, it's a different thing. Naristan bowls to Andrew, covers up and play to mid on. He's playing against stronger persons. He's playing against should be fitter persons. He's playing against persons at a higher skill level. He's playing against persons who are more experienced and all of that. So he's going to look better here. So that's why you cannot say put a person in a senior team because they look good against their peer. Let them prove themselves against the senior team first. Senior members first, like in the domestic cricket competition. Back of a length, and he cuts it, the bottom edge it into the outfield, and they go for 1. Let's see if they get the overthrow. No overthrows. So the score will go up by 1 now to 73 for 4. 73 for 4. I don't know what you mean by that though, Stephen Roach. Cross-finger cricket, explain it to me. Multi-sport keeps us fit. Now we have players resting most of the year. Oh, well done, Sheldon. Well done, Sheldon. Well done. That's brilliant. He nailed it on its head. So here's why are they reviewing that? The batsman cannot be out. Why do they need to review this? What does that mean? Oh, I feel like it's coming off injured. So let me run through some of the comments and see if I can get up to date. I love when all the comments are gone and I can, multi-sports kept us fit. Now we have players resting most of the year. Is that the comment of the year there from Sheldon Smith? That must be the comment of the year. Philip Bain says, So since these guys don't play as much, then they should find something to keep them active. There's much in the Caribbean to keep them active, said Philip Bain. And we're on the same wavelength, and it's similar to what Sheldon said. Yes. Oh, I miss Kingman comment. That was the thing, and it gone, you know. Kingman comment gone. Sorry, Kingman. 73 for 4 after 18.3. Good morning to my good friend Kervin Duncan. How you doing, man? Happy to have you here. Good morning to you, to Athena. Norristan comes in, bowls to Van Laan, who plays it to mid-off, and there is no run. The score remains at 73 for 4. I'm just wondering if in the 70s and the 80s, whether we should feel too... thank you, Stephen Roach. Like the Harlem Globetrotters. Thank you, Stephen Roach. Come on, man. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. So I'm up to date with all the comments now. Van Laan drives powerfully but cannot beat cover. The score remains at 73 for 4. So Norristan pitched up and Van Laan was into the drive and cannot beat cover. He has made some good contribution, you know. And that's why I am surprised about the approach of Hopper, because he had made some good contribution too. I definitely think that it was coaching. Norristan bowls to Van Laan, who plays this. Look to turn it into the onside, but it came off the outer portion of the bat and it goes to cover. And the bowler held his hand above his head, but it's 73 for 4 at the end of over number 19. I'm asking you, please use the link in the video description and check out the Cricket Forum store on Amazon. Once you click on the link, you go to Amazon, you see our storefront. We have a lot of cricket gears there, Nike sports gears, and more. So there are some very great deals available. Click on the link in the video description. Go to our storefront on Amazon and purchase something from the Cricket Forum today. Also, M&M chocolates, Valentine Days is coming up. And so use the link in the video description. Order your chocolates. Use the code LOVEBIRD, courtesy of the Cricket Forum, and you get 15% discount. Check out those two links in the video description. Arab comes in, bowls to Joel Anjo, who comes forward and blocks it. A very good defensive stroke back to the bowler. 46 he is, West Indies 73 for 4. Arab is a left-arm orthodox spinner. Joel Andrew is a right-handed batsman who have played for the West Indies senior team. Round the wicket comes Arab. Bowl to Joel Andrews after back foot, and he strokes it back to the bowler, and there is no run. 73 for 4. The score remains. Andrews on 46. Van Laan is on 8. 19.2 overs have been bowled. Remind you that Afghanistan made 262 for 6. And Van Laan drives powerfully, wide of long off, who comes to his left smoothly and picks up and lob the return to the bowler on the bounce. 74 now for 4 after 19.3. Good shot that. He just came on the front foot and just caresses it down. As let's watch Arab. He's in his third over, none for 7 thus far. He's going to bowl to Van Laan. He comes in now, round the wicket. Bowls to Van Laan, who is back in his crease and played it down the onside of the pitch. And again, there is no run as the bowler skipped across and field. 47 for Joel Anjo. 8 to Van Laan. West Indies 74 for 4. Arab comes in, bowls to Van Laan, who is after back foot, and he strokes this to cover, extra cover, and there is no run again. 74 for 4. 1 to come in over number 20. He touches his helmet. He's seconds now. Arab comes in, bowls to Van Laan, and Van Laan after back foot, beat backward point. It goes out towards the sweep on the cover boundary. They will get one more. The score goes up now to 75 for 4 at the end of over number 20. I I heard West Indies beg Pooran to come back. Why are we begging players to play? Let Pooran enjoy franchise cricket. History will not remember him, said Kervin Duncan. Well, I have not heard it officially, but I have done videos where I assume that there is some negotiation taking place. And I would have addressed the issue about the politics involved, and there's a move afoot, you know, all the moves afoot. So Norriston bowls to Van Lan, who strokes discomfortable to cover mid-off, and there is no run. I do not have an issue, Kervin Duncan, negotiating with one of our better players to come back into the team. But I think what happened is that West Indies said to Pooran, who wants to play the World Cup, don't misinterpret it. Plays that's to mid-off. Nicholas Pooran wants to be a part of the World Cup. Yes, he wants to be a part of the World Cup. So they put it out there that West Indies is begging him. It is not so much beg. Pooran wants to be a part of the World Cup. West Indies wants Pooran to be a part of the World Cup squad. I would love to see Pooran be a part of the World Cup squad. But West Indies stuck to their gun, which was very good, and said, yes, Pooran, we'll welcome you back to play in the World Cup squad. We want you to be at the World Cup, but you cannot be coming back just for the World Cup. You have to give us something more. You have to give us a little more commitment. Because West Indies decided not to, because Pooran didn't want to give up anything, and West Indies wanted a little more, then you heard the PR from the Pooran camp that West Indies was begging him to play. But it was not a beg. It was a case that Pooran wanted to play in the World Cup. West Indies wanted him to play, but West Indies was saying, you just cannot come back and play the World Cup. We want something from you to write in. You can click that, Sheldon. Here is Van Lan seconds as Norriston comes in over the wicket, bowls to Van Lan. In the air, he's gone. Simple catch, soft dismissal. Look to turn the ball onto the inside. It comes off the outer portion of the bat and goes to the man at cover. And he's waving his arm. I don't know who he's waving his arm to. He's the one who was looking to turn the ball in the inside, and now he's saying that he should have held the bat straight. There's it. And the ball just peel off the outer portion of the bat, loses balance. The right hand comes off the bat. That means he wasn't allowing the ball to come to him, and it just lobbed to the man at cover. West Indies lost their 5th wicket, 75 for 5. So Sheldon Smith is saying Joel will have to take a Lara approach and dominate the bowling to make it easier for the other players, or we are doomed. Yeah, understand what you're saying there, Sheldon Smith. Stephen Roach, let me read your comment before I really read it out loud, because I saw you use a word that I really don't want to use, especially when I'm calm. I'm calm right now. I use those words when I'm emotional. Yeah, all right, cool, Stephen Roach. Yes, I'll be doing the match in the morning. I'll be doing the match start 9:30 Jamaica time in the morning. That's the match against Afghanistan. Let's put it this way, Garth Williams. Once there's a feed, I've not yet identified any feed that will be bringing the match. So I don't know. But once there's a feed that I can access to do the watch along, I will. Norriston bowls to the new batsman Miller, who covers up and play that out into the offside, and there is no run. So Miller This youth is not bad too, you know. This youngster can bat. You know the good thing about doing this, like the under 19 cricket, the vast majority of you don't know where the players are from. So you are really discussing West Indies cricket, and that's good. The vast majority of you don't know where the players are from. You don't, you know. So you are discussing West Indies cricket instead of discussing Jamaica cricket or Barbados cricket or Leeward Islands cricket. You are discussing West Indies cricket, and you see that we can have a good discussion about West Indies cricket once we put away the favoritism and try to, and we don't practice suicidal empathy. So even when our countrymen doing wrong, we still praise it and find excuse for it. So yes, I will be covering it. I will be covering it once there is a feed that I can access. I will always do a watch along. Harab, the left arm orthodox spinner, will bowl to Joel Anjo. And there's a hiccup there, some byplay. That is over now. Andrew is on 47. Harab round the wicket, bowls to Andrew, and Andrew off the back foot cuts it away down to the sweep on the cover boundary, put him up now to 48. West Indies ticked over to 76 for 5. We as fans are hypocrites. Look at the energy that was expended on Edmire. I don't know. Kingman said, I would agree with the West Indies Cricket Board. Yeah, but that's a fair position to take. And Arab comes in round the wicket, bowls to Miller. Miller turned this to a short mid-wicket and they go through for a quick single despite the best effort of the Afghanistan fielder. So Miller is off the mark, 77 for 5. And I clearly understand Sheldon's perspective. You know, but again, you have to remember that Sheldon is a Trinidadian. But I clearly understand his perspective. Because even now that energy is being extended towards Edmire. And not only Edmire, to be fair, Sheldon, but also someone like Andre Russell, you know? Yeah, so yeah, that is true. Not only Edmire, but Andre Russell too. But Sheldon, the thing is though, you know, 78 for 5. Miller is back on strike. Andrews on 49. Harab comes in. Round the wicket, bowls to Miller. And Miller is off the back foot. Stroke it to the field at cover point. Who lobbed it to extra cover. Will toss it back to Harab. The score remains at 78 for 5. Final delivery of over number 22. Harab comes in, bowls to Miller. And Miller drives down to long off for a single. 79 for 5 at the end of over number 20. Yes, so Sheldon, I get your point. Edmire, Andre Russell, I understand that. But I hope you will understand too that for Cricket West Indies now to be taking this position, it's a evolving position which is good for the cricket. To start saying to players, you're not going to come and play when you feel like, but there must be a negotiation. I don't agree with the word that the person used, and he put it in caps. That's why I never read it, Sheldon. But you, while I agree with your position, you should also appreciate the position of West Indies. Yeah. Yeah, we need a big partnership right now, Jamor Small. 80 for 5 after 22. And that first delivery from Norriston, the 7th over was a wide. Good point that doing a Kervin Duncan. Kervin Duncan is saying Russell and Edmire never quit. They never retire. Pooran actually retire. Good point. That's why I love this community. Norriston bowls and there's a loud appeal is given. Miller goes caught behind. As he comes on the front, he came on the front foot and he looks to drive. Inside edge found, and the wicketkeeper took the catch, and West Indies in further trouble at 80 for 6. Wow. 80 for 6, West Indies. 80 for 6. Oh boy. So Jamor Small, Joel Andrew really need to play a big innings now, Sheldon Smith. Yeah, so that's a good point. And as I said, this is a good discussion, and you're getting out different opinions, you know, because you're making a good point, Kervin Duncan. Russell and Edmeyer never quit. And that's a big difference between Puran who actually retire. That's a big difference. Stephen Rhodes said the West Indies side going to the T20 World Cup will be the worst ever. This guy have scored some runs in the past, Belly. He has scored some runs in the past. So let's hope that he can get some runs and he and Andrew can put on a good look of partnership. But they need to start, Because there was Miller driving off the up. He just came to the crease. We just lost a wicket. And he's driving off the up instead of just push the left pad and allow the ball to go through. Batting will get easier. Afghanistan scored 65 runs in their last 6 overs. 65 runs in their last 6 overs. That is 10.56 runs an over. 5 over 6 is what? 0.8. 0.8, 5 over 6. So it's almost 11 runs per over. 6 into 50 is 8. So it's about 0.8 something, 8.3. So that's 10.83 runs per over the last 6 overs. Naristan bowls to belly and he cuts it. Cannot beat back. Oh, misfield by backward point. Work for the fielder coming around from the cover boundary. And they go through for a single. So Belly's off the mark. He has scored some good runs in the past. The West Indies side going to the T20 Cricket World Cup will be the worst ever. Well, hope we can still win some matches, eh? Hope we can. 81 for 6 is the score. He comes in now, over the wicket, bowls, and he defends out into the offside, and there is no run. The score remains at 81 for 6. Gerald Music said that they pronounce it Bell. Okay. Thank you. It's a thing that happened a lot, and I remember back as my days as when I was teaching, and I know it still happened now. The orthodox spelling of the name, 81 for 6, the score. I mean, the dictionary spelling of a name. So a lot of these unusual names that you see, that children have, it was not the intention of the parent, the parents. They just didn't spell the name that they had in their mind correctly. It happens to me too. Well, it's not that I never spell it correctly. I never know the right name. Off the front foot, and he strokes it to the man at cover, and there is no run. So 81 for 6. So my son's middle name is Avarani. But really and truly, it should have been Aravinda, because I was naming him after Sri Lanka batsman Aravinda da Silva. But all the time I thought it was Avarani. It's after I named him, I realized that it was Aravinda and was not Avarani. So he names Avarani. He loves the name nonetheless. But, it should have been Aravinda. And so that happens a lot. The name that you have in your mind, it is not the way it is. You don't spell it, or, you don't quite get it right, or so on. So it happens a lot. Look like I have to come to be a batting coach for this team. Jamor Sumal, definitely. The coach, Nurse. Nurse not nursing these guys properly at all. Nurse need a doctor. Nurse need a doctor, man. Nurse need a doctor. So we're about to start over number 24. Bell is on strike. He's on 1. Harab, the left-arm orthodox spinner to bowl to Bell. 86 for 1 West Indies. As he plays that down the onside of the pitch, the bowler skipped across onto the adjoining pitch, picks up, and there is no run. It's 81 for 6. I almost said 86 for 1. It would have been much better. It wouldn't be. We'll be happier now. Could imagine, man, 86 for 1 after 23. I think we probably would be more advanced than 86 for 1. We'll probably be 120 for 1 at this stage, yeah. Arab bowls to Andrew, with it straight back to the ball and he drops it. Bell should say, not Andrew. Bell came on the front foot and stroked it straight back to Arab, right into the bread basket, and he dropped it. Look at that. Can't be an easier catch. And he dropped a dolly. 81 for 6 West Indies. Should have been 81 for 7. Arab, the left-arm orthodox spinner, is going to come round the wicket. He comes in now, bowls to Bell, who looks to turn that into the onside, and there is no run. The score remains at 81 for 6. Stephen Roach, I have to delete that question, because you can't ask me that. You're sick in your head. You can't ask me that. You can't ask me what. After back foot, he plays it to backward point. You wanna go ask me why I gave my son that name? You're bright, man. Come on. why I name it here? Comes in bowls. Hit away by Bell down towards long on over the field ahead. 6 runs. Let's see what's. Yes, it's 6 runs. 87 for 6 at the end of the over. Good shot by Bell. Hit it away for 6. So I like this point from Sheldon Smith. I'm getting some good point here. Poor run approach was more respectful. He could not commit to the conditions, so he retired. But he always turned up, no misflight, etc. And the last part, I don't know why you need to put lol, because that, you know, just putting lol there rob the comment of the significant substance. It diminishes the comment. Because I thought it was a good comment, whether one agrees with it or not. I thought it was a good comment because I'm getting a lot of different viewpoints, but they are not necessarily agreeing with each other, but there are some solid points. But just now, you spoiled that comment by putting lol at the end. Yeah. It moves from being a quality comment to a trivial comment just by you putting lol at the end. Although the theme of it, I understand the theme of it, but, you know, you didn't need to put lol at the end. 87 for 6. I even named my daughter after the great man George Edley and my son after the King Viv. Great for you, but I would never ask you why you did that. I'd never ask you did that. I never asked you why you did that. Jammer Small, I'll block you if you try to go ahead of me, you know. You're a good friend, but I will put you on timeout for today. I know that, you know, you're faster than me, but just wait. And just drive through the covers and brought up his half century. So 50 for Joel Anjo. So Jamor Small, my friend over there in St. Kitts and Nevis, I need to link you up, because I need to know about what's going on in St. Kitts and Nevis cricket. Yes, Banana Brook, thank you. Jamor Small should just wait, just wait until it actually happens. Eh? Jamor Small want to be ahead, Jamor Small, a good youth, man. I love him. Over the wicket come Katir, bowls to Bell, who turns it to mid-on. And they go through for a quick single. 89 now for 6. 89 for 6 West Indies. After 24.3 overs. So congratulations, Joel Andrew. Just want him to bat out the 50 overs. Bat out the 50 overs. That must be our aim now. Katir bowls to Andrew, turn this to mid-on. Yeah, and when I say bat out the 50 overs, if our approach right now is to bat out the 50 overs and to keep on ticking it over, right. 25, 6 times 25 is 150. All right? So it says 6 times 20 is 120. If we get a runner ball for the next 20 overs, we will be at 209. Right? Good shot by 100, dead straight, high, down the ground. It gone a long way. He just held this post, held this shape, allowed the ball to come to him. No rush, no anxiety, and he hit it dead straight for 6, 95 for 6 after 24.5. So he moves up to 56. What a lovely shot. Just look at how the young man allowed the ball to come to him. And just look at that high elbow. Look at the full flow of the straight bat. If you can play those strokes, why do you need to try and manufacture shot at the crease? Why do you just don't play the ball and merit? That was a good ball, And look at the shot. Look at the class. It's oozing class. He's on 56, 62 deliveries he has faced, 95 for 6. So the shot, the point I want to make, yeah, it was a good shot. So, there was sorry, I missed the point that someone was making about Joel Andrew. It missed it. Bowl to Andrew covers up. End of the over, 95 for 6. It was a beauty, Banana Brooks. It was a good shot, Jamor Small. Larry Prince, how you doing, man? Good morning to you, to respect. While West Indies in the last month was preparing our players for the tournament net practice, these Asian teams are well prepared. Yeah, they played a lot of matches. I think this Afghanistan team was it even Australia playing, not against Australia, but they were playing a lot of cricket with some under 23 teams in Australia and so on. So that's a good point. So what I want to say now, if we bat the next 20 overs, right? We score a runner ball. We'll be at 215 at 45 overs. And so we will need 48 more from the last 5 overs. And so that's 8.6 runs and over. No, 9.6 runs and over in the last 5. So when I say we need to bat, our aim now needs to bat out the 50 over, is in that context. These two just need to tick it over. So for the next 5 overs, if we can get between 25 and 30 runs in the next 5 overs and don't lose a wicket, that would be good. So if we are anywhere between 120 and 125 at 30 overs, as long as we don't lose another wicket, I am comfortable with that. Stephen Roach, that easy, Arab comes in, bowls to Bell, who plays it to mid-off, and there is no run. So I'm seeing a ring of 4 on the offside, a backward point, a cover point, an extra cover, and a mid-off. So there's a ring of 4 on the offside. The left-arm orthodox spinner Arab comes in, bowls to Bell, deep in his crease, stroke it down to long on, beat the short mid-wicket, and there's a backward square leg, so it down to long on for a single. So I can tell you where 7 of the fielders are. Backward point, cover point, extra cover, mid-off. There's a long on, there's a straight mid-wicket, and there's a man at backward square leg. So those are 7 fielders. I assume that there's a long off and a sweep on the cover boundary. A rub to Andrews, and Andrews is taken on the pad, it outside the line of the leg stump, and nothing doing. 96 for 6 at the end of over number 26. Clive George is saying, very optimistic. You're talking about my assessment, Clive George. Okay, game is good as done. Well, you say the thing about it, Clive George. At this level, Joel Andrews is the real deal. He can bat at this level. He's a real deal at this level. Bell have made some significant contribution for the West Indies in the past. Even as recently as last year against England, he has made some significant contribution. So I still have a look of hope. I don't want to say the game is done and dusted, you know. And Joel Andrew will score quickly the longer he bats. Bowl to Bell. Bell turns this to mid-wicket, to mid-on, and there is no run. So Katir is the bowler. In his second over, his first over went for 8 runs. 96 for 6 after 26.1. The team to watch in this also in this tournament is the India B team, the United States. Oh, that's a good one. Katir bowls to Bell, covers up, played it down the offside of the pitch. The bowler fielding is followed through, and there is no run. So there's a one-day international match going on between India and New Zealand. This is not World Cup match now. Coming to the World Cup matches shortly. New Zealand made 337 and India are 74 for 4. So 337 and India are 74 for 4. So USA in the World Cup now as Katir bowls taken on the pad down the leg side 96 for 6 after 26.3. So USA under 19 made 253 for 9 after their 50 overs. New Zealand were 12 for 1 when rain delay play because of a wet outfield. England have already beaten Zimbabwe, who made 208, and England hit it off with 209 for 2. So England have won their match, and the match between New Zealand and the USA, again delayed by rain, and over the wicket come Katir, bowls to Bell, whipped away, down to the man on the boundary who took the catch. 96 for 7. West Indies lost their 7th wicket. It was on his leg stump and he whipped it away, but unfortunately he picked out the man on the backward square leg boundary. It was a good flourishing shot, but it was not into the gap. Maybe he just needed less wrist in the shot. But nonetheless, he picked out the man coming off the boundary, and West Indies lost their 7th wicket, 96 for 7. So 96 for 7. So just giving you an update on the other 2 matches that are taking place. Well, one had already completed. England have beaten Zimbabwe by 8 wickets. And the USA made 253 for 9 of their 50 overs against New Zealand. And New Zealand, in reply, were 12 without loss after 1 over when rain stopped play and the match has been delayed because of a wet outfield. You will appreciate that the drainage in Bulawayo is not as good as in some other ground. But let's hope that they get it going. But at the moment, that match is delayed by a wet outfield. And the one-day international that is presently going on between India and New Zealand. So New Zealand made 337 for 8 in that match. 337 for 8. Both Darrell Mitchell and Glenn Phillips made 100 in that match. Mitchell made 137 and Phillips made 106. And must tell you that in that match, Phillips bat with both hands, both left. He batted at left hand sometime and sometime he batted at right hand. So it was a good knock there by Glenn Phillips. He made 106 from 88 deliveries. He was savage, 9 fours and 3 sixes. So India in reply at this stage, they are 78 for 4. Virat Kohli is not out on 33 and Nitish Kumar Reddy. Nitish Kumar Reddy still playing? Oh, he's on 5 though from 4 deliveries. I didn't know that Nitish Kumar Reddy still playing. Yeah, so West Indies 96 for 7. So back to your comments. Over the wickets, and that was back of a length. This guy is appealing and the ball's hit him in his stomach. Stephen Rose said, can someone pull the plug on West Indies cricket and change the fuse, please? Good one, that Stephen Roach. Good one, good one, good one. Yeah, we really need to change the fuse for sure. We need to pull the plug and change the fuse because I'm wondering if the sometimes I'm wondering if the administration of West Indies cricket is not a shame, you know. I'm wondering if they have no shame. And it's not only West Indies cricket. When I say West Indies cricket, I'm also talking about the regionals. The regionals. Every other nation, you see them developing. You see them progressing. You see a disciplined, organized approach. From the West Indies, you don't see that. Our players are getting fatter every day. Look at this Afghanistan team. You see anybody on this Afghanistan team or any other team in the tournament as big as our players, as big as Zachary Carty or as big as Van Laan? These guys are fit and well drilled. I always make the point, you know, how many times do I say it? If you can't bat and if you can't bowl, you must can feel. And being an elite fielding team will now make you a more disciplined team and a fitter team. And when you become an elite fielding team and become fitter and become more disciplined, you will work longer and harder at your batting and your bowling, and you'll become better. And I don't know why that approach, because we continue to beg youngsters to play the cricket. We continue to beg youngsters to play the cricket, you know. And when you beg a youngster to play the cricket, it prevents those who really want to play it from playing. And you say, what I mean? Why are we begging youngsters to play cricket? What you mean we're begging? All right. You have a schoolboy team. And your principal go to devotion and he said, that one is cut away by Mackenzie. It goes into the boundary for 4 at backward point. West Indies 100 is up, 101 for 7. So you have a schoolboy cricket team. September morning comes, principal make announcement, posters put up over the school that cricket training will start, blah, blah, blah. You do some diagnostic, some boys come to training, and they really want to learn the game. And they come to training. 28 overs gone, 101 for 7. So those youngsters who are interested and they come to training, well, watch the coach do. The coach ignored those youngsters because he has his favorites who are not coming to training. So when those youngsters who really want to learn the game come to training, him throw 2 balls, give them and 2 bat and so no go and go play and him stand up there and him shout at them, "Oh boy, I say you play cricket now. Oh boy, lick the damn ball. Oh boy, you fling." That's the approach now. Instead of putting some drills in place for these youngsters to learn the game, they shout them down. When the cricket season draw near now, some man start rolling with one heap of attitude because what? The coach have begged them to play. So those boys with the discipline who really want to learn the game, they are turned off because they're there evening after evening and no one is giving them the drill for them to learn the game. And so the coach now end up begging some boys to play the cricket, those who are his favorite. And they know that the coach have to beg them to play, so they don't train as hard. They don't work as hard as their game because they know that the game is secure. You know? And that's the issue. It's the administration that is turning away boys who are really interested in the game. So here's Andrew down the pitch, and he signed here, the fielder run back, took the catch, and West Indies 101 for 8. He just came down the pitch, swung at it. The fielder run back, took the catch, 101 for 8. That's it. You know? Yeah. Now, those boys who are interested in the game and who want to really learn the game, I take those boys every day over the prima donna them. I take those boys every day who think that I have to beg them to play. And so it's a result of that grassroots level thing why we are getting this. The coaches at the grassroots level, and probably we need to pay them more. And maybe that's what needs to happen, you know. But that is something that the administration should determine. And even at this under 19 level, you know, these, I remember last year was August. I remember last year, August, you know, I asked the director of cricket, and I said to the director of cricket, the under 19 World Cup is 6 months away, and we do not have a squad training. I don't remember what his answer is. I think he said that they're going to name a squad, blah, 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 blah. I pointed out to him that when we won the under 19 World Cup in 2016, those guys were together for more than a year. We almost know all of them for more than a year because they were playing so many matches and they were together. I don't remember what his response was. But 6 months before this World Cup, the West Indies squad, there was no under 19 squad. We did not know the member of those squad. Yes, in the last 4 months, we play a series against Sri Lanka, and we play a series against England. But when we were playing a series against Sri Lanka and England in the last 4 months, teams like South Africa and England and India, they were already playing a lot of series. It's close, but he's not out. So the score remains at 101 for 8. But there was a chance for a run out there, but he's not out. $101 for 8. Do you know, Mr. Brown, if I was given the opportunity of running West Indies cricket, you would have. It's not an opportunity that is given to you, Stephen Roach. It's something that you have to earn. You have to involve in cricket somehow, either in a political way, like King Rule. King Rule doesn't comes across to me as someone who knows cricket. King Rule is just a politician. And he was able to work his way up because he's a good politician. So you have to give him credit to becoming president of Cricket West Indies, because it takes some skill, especially someone who I've never heard his name involved in any cricket. So you have to give King Rule credit for work his way to become Cricket West Indies president. But when you look at what is happening, do you really think King Rule knows anything about cricket? I don't think King Rule knows anything about cricket. He doesn't come across to me as someone who really knows about cricket. He's more of a politician. West Indies 101 for 8 at the start of the 30th over. Wadula is back into the attack. He has taken so far 3 for 26. He's now in his 8th over. 101 for 8 West Indies. How can we... I don't think that's I don't think whether they are in a war zone or anything, because they could have still beat us, It's not the result, it's not the pending result is my challenge in this, It's not the pending result is my problem in this match, What is my problem in this match? You do not see a well-organized, a well-drilled team. What we are looking at is a schoolboy team. A team that is playing like they are a set of schoolboy cricketers. It doesn't look like a team that is even been together. Because 4 months is a long time, to have a team well-organized and well-drilled. The skill set and the skill level might not be at the level of a team that is playing, that has played probably 20, 30 matches in the last 12 months. It will probably not be at that. Well, it won't be at that, especially against good opposition. But what we saw does not inspire confidence. We don't see a team that is drilled. We don't see a team that look like they have the mindset. We don't see a disciplined team. We don't see, from ball 1 in the West Indies innings, you did not inspire confidence. The first ball was a loud appeal. Francis get trapped on the crease. He was not out, of course. because it struck him outside the arse stump. But we never see. Look at the size of that man. The big fast bowler. No, he got 3 for 39 today. If he was slimmer, with a stronger core and running in order, he would have probably get 5 for 39. And West Indies would probably be chasing 170 instead of 262. Look at his size for an under 19 youngster. That man can't be in my squad. Can't be in my squad with that size. Because I'm simply saying, boss, if you want to play, you have to come better. You have to come better. I will tell you a story. I used to do track and field. I never loved to train because the drills were hard. There were guys training every day who I was still better than the week before the championship. John P. Nichols said the president played cricket in Barbados. So thank you for that. Good to see you. Good to see you, Darren Samilaya. Well, sorry. Good to see you, Blunder Factory Lawyer. So Blunder Factory Lawyer is here. So happy to see you, man. I'm very happy to see you. I was calling you out, I think, either yesterday or this morning because, you know, we always want to know that we are okay. The persons in this community is okay. As I said, you know, if you are not well, we always want to express our sympathy and know that we are there with you and we are cheering for you. And so you can feel the vibes. So having not seen you for a little while, I was a little worried. And you know, if you were no longer with us, we still wanted to know that because we want to show appreciation and our final respect. So I'm extremely glad to see you. Despite all the bantering, you know, we still remain humans. We still remain human. So Mackenzie's bowled down by Katir was now taking 3 for 9 from his 3.3 overs. West Indies 105 for 9. 105 for 9, and we are falling away like 9 pins, you know. Where are we going? I'm feeling so embarrassed that truth should set you free. I am feeling embarrassed too. Truth set you free. I'm telling you the truth. I am feeling embarrassed. The coach told me I'm not going. I was so disappointed, but at the same time, knew it was my fault. But discipline must be awarded even though I was hurt, said Kingman. That's it, Kingman. Imagine, Kingman, you were still able to beat the guys who were training. So you could, as a little boy, you could brag and say, you see them go on, me better than them, you know. But you were better than those in your school. But your coach knows that you have the ability to be the best in your country. And so he was not going to, although your best, although you not training was better than those in your school, the coach knows that if you train, you may well be the best in your country. And that's why when you look at players like Pollard, you look at Van Laan, you look at Zachary Carter, they would have better than they are now if they were at the ideal weight and fitness. I told you the story about a student athlete, you know. I told you the story. And the student athletes, they know what weight they should be. But our cricketers apparently don't know. A student athlete, and by the way, Sheldon, your girl from Trinidad beat won a race last Friday. What's her name again? Alain. She beat one of Jamaica's best young star in a 100-meter race last Friday. So congratulations to that young lady from Trinidad. I don't remember her name right now, but she won that race, beating one of our rising stars. Nonetheless, though, to be fair, our girl had run a 400-meter race about 2 hours earlier. So maybe that contributed to it when I come to think of it. Truth set you free, I really don't know where we are going, you know. I never know. I am never able to interpret emoji. So when Tosa puts up emoji, I don't know what he's saying. And I know most of us can't interpret emoji. 106 for 9 is the score. So I don't think he putting up that post he's communicating with most of us. So really happy to see Blunder Factory lawyer in the place. You know? Over the wicket bowls, outside the half stump, Pollard dabs at it as it goes through. That's a different argument, you know. Some other things making a comment that they hope that Blunder Factory is not blamed for the poor development of cricket in the West Indies. No one is blaming Blunder Factory for that. I never hear anyone blaming Blunder Factory for that. I will never hear anyone. You know that, you know, seriously, and I'm saying this, and you can clip this, you can clip it. Anyone who wants to defend Blunder Factory as doing a good job loves Blunder Factory more than West Indies cricket. It's because I love West Indies cricket more than Blunder Factory why he should go. Because there's no one can justify that Blunder Factory is doing a good job for West Indies cricket. And the only reason why you are here defending Blunder Factory is because you love Blunder Factory more than West Indies cricket. But I love West Indies cricket. It's West Indies cricket I love. I don't love individuals. And Blunder Factory can't coach. He must go away. Curving Duncan emoji is one of the worst invention ever, yeah? There is no doubt that there is challenges. The thing need to be built from the grassroots level up. I've discussed that. But if you want to come here and defend Blunder Factory, it's because you love a man more than Blunder Factory, more than West Indies cricket. It's as simple as that. The man is not qualified for the job. And documentation-wise, Blunder Factory is not qualified for the job. And King Rule should never have named him head coach of the West Indies team. Much more all-format coach. Should never. So King Rule pick his friend Blunder Factory, who still has a level 2. And the advertisement, you know, for the head coach of the West Indies in 2022 or 2023, somewhere about, was for the head coach to have a level 3. Blunder Factory up to this day have a level 2. So he's not qualified for the job. So it's nepotism and corruption why Blunder Factory is in the job. And apart from the fact that he's not qualified for the job, he's not competent either to do the job. And if you want to come out here and defend Blunder Factory, you don't love West Indies cricket. And you can clip that, and I'm making no apology, because Blunder Factory shouldn't be in the job. So all of you who want to come here with your suicidal empathy, it just shows that you love country in this case. And I'm specific to West Indies cricket because you have to love your country. But specific to West Indies cricket, you put your countrymen and your favorites ahead of West Indies cricket. That's why when you come to me and I talk about man make 100 and man get 5 wickets here. West Indies cricket, you think 100 here and a double 100 there and a 5 wicket here help West Indies cricket? How it help? When after 8 matches we are still on the 4 points. We only have 4 points in the Test Championship. How does 100 here help? Man, I totally agree with you. It's not nobody shaming. No, I'm not body shaming anybody. An elite athlete must demonstrate elite athlete size. Unless they are in shot put or amateur or so on. You know? Yeah. It's not any body shaming. A guy's coming here and defending mediocrity. You know? In the last World Test Championship, we play Australia and India in our first series of matches. And after 8 matches, we were on 34 points. 34 points after 8 matches in the last Test Championship. After 8 matches in this cycle, we are on 4.5 points, less than 5. So Blunder Factory is worse than the previous coach. Hug up that. Hug up that. He's worse. He must go away. Get out. He's incompetent and unqualified. Come here talk about blah, 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 blah. Man, go away. Of course, John P. Nicol should not have been appointed. But because put individual ahead of West Indies cricket. Put West Indies ahead, individual ahead of West Indies cricket. That is what the suicidal empathy. That is what is mashing up the cricket. Suicidal empathy. I come and defend a coach who have 4.5 points or less than 5 points from 8 matches. And I come defend a coach when the previous coach have 30 points from 8 matches. Yeah? That's the bottom line. John P. Nicol, you and I don't agree on many things, but at least we agree on that one. Blah, 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 with some look cynical. You know that if I have time, I can put up a clip, a 10-minute clip of Blunder Factory and say that, and I can show you things that Blunder Factory is doing in cricket, had done in cricket as a player playing for the West Indies. I can put up a 10-minute video of Blunder Factory and argue that he's the greatest cricketer of all time. Yeah, I can put up that. I can put up a 10-minute video showing Blunder Factory and argue that he's the greatest cricketer of all time. I can also put up a 10-minute video of Brian Lara and argue that he's the worst batsman of all time. Yes, I can do that. I can put up a 10-minute video of Blunder Factory and show that he's the greatest all-rounder of all time. And I can put up a 10-minute video of Brian Lara and argue that he's the worst batsman of all time. The point I'm making, we can nitpick something here, something there, and said, yes, can say, look at that. Look at that. Look at that shot. Look at what he did. But collectively, over a career, over the career of Blunder Factory, was he a good cricketer for West Indies? Over the career of Brian Lara, he is arguably our greatest batsman of all time. So finding a little thing there and finding a little thing there to praise an individual, anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. It has to be the collective. The collective. That's it. That's the only thing, you know. The collective, the substance. You know, while everything come together to make the cake is a completely different product than everything that come together to make it. So we have to look at the output. $121 for 9 West Indies. 129 for 1. I saw Purses trying to make the point that, well, in this test cycle, we have more batsmen making 100 more than in the previous test cycle. So we are doing better. What garbage? What absolute garbage? Because once again, we try to individualize performance in not looking at the collective. We are less than 5 points. Because even those matches that players make 100, we didn't win those matches. And I always make the point, and I think I always make the point, you know, that the world record for the 100 meter is 9.58. Forget who holds the record. Forget it. We're not talking about the record. If you go to the Olympic and you run 9.5 and come third, you go to the Olympic and run 9.5 seconds and you came third in your race, so you get a bronze. You came fourth, you never get any medal. But you run faster than the previous world record. But the next Olympic, rainfall in the track wet, is very cold. And you run 10 seconds. And those same persons that beat you 4 years ago, you and them are the same age and everything. You know, I know people nitpick, but the intelligence one will understand what I'm saying. So 4 years ago, you run 9.5 seconds and you came fourth. But 4 years later, less than ideal condition, a wet, cold evening, and you run 10 seconds, but you beat those three persons who beat you when you never met the goal. But when you run the 10 seconds, you win the goal. Which performance would you rather? which performance is more rewarding? Which performance wins? Can I see thing now? Which performance wins? So go back to the point that if you make 100 runs, if your team make 150 runs and win the match, it is better than if your team make 500 runs and 3 batsmen making 100 or 1 making a double 100 and you still lose. So that's what I'm talking about, the collective. So when you're telling me about batsmen making 100 and batsmen making double 100, we still don't win. It means nothing in the grand scheme of things. It better we never have a batsman make 100 and we win those matches. We would not be on 5 points. We'd be probably be on 30 and 40 odd. So when you want to put in isolated performances and praise that, that's suicidal empathy. We need consistent quality performances from several persons to create a dynamic team. And on the blunder factory, West Indies team have sunk lower. And it's going lower. That's the end of the match. 124 West Indies made. They lost by 138 runs. Afghanistan beat West Indies by 138 runs, and we are happy with these things. And disrespecting Brian Lara. Disrespecting Brian Lara and nitpicking. You know, it's a here is where it's going now. Look how ridiculous it's getting now. Under Kohli, we won no series. Kohli draw a series in Australia. Kohli get. So look here now. Yes, since you want to go there, because you can't learn. Apparently you can't learn. But let's show the record. Under Darren Sammy, we won no series too. Under Kohli, we won no series. So let's look now at the series. Well, we didn't play New Zealand under Kohli. So let's look at the 2 series that we can compare. Because Sammy only got 3 series, but we never play New Zealand. So let's look at the 2 series that we can compare. Against Australia, under Kohli, we drew that series 1-1. Sammy get 3 love and created history by West Indies being bowled out for 27, the second lowest score in international cricket. That happened under Darren Sammy. So 3 love. Darren Sammy get 3 love against Australia. Kohli draw 1-1. Against India, Darren Sammy get 2 love. Kohli lose the series 1 love. Huh? Although a man make 100, you know, we still lose the series 2 love. So which one you prefer? You know? Take care of yourself, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Blunder factory must go and he must go quickly.